Hello everybody and welcome to Waddicker 12 Days of Meatmas, Day 7, December 19th. Hope you're having a good December 19th. We're going to move on and play through some Wieners Through Time. We're going to go through Operator Oni for the first one. I'm not sure if we're going to do any of the other ones actually, but we're mostly just going to do Operator Oni, get some modern weapons in. I know we normally just get modern weapons anyway, but it'll be nice to mix it up. As for health, well, we're just going to go with the absolute bog standard because as you can see in the last episode, we kind of die a lot anyway. So, let's go. Cool. Alright.
Target system detected.
And we actually start with a health sosig this time. And we actually start with garbage this time. I'm kidding. This weapon is okay. I kind of hate it though. I think this was the second sniper rifle ever put in the game. Or at least the second bolt action sniper rifle. The first one being the Seiko, I think. The wooden, kind of small mag one you plop it in. So I remember this thing from way, way back, and I don't really like it. I've never really been a fan of it. I don't like the skeletal tan style it has. And it's ironic because I think in one of the previous days I said that I actually really like a bunch of tan weapons. So this one is a bit of an exception. Kind of because I think it's like very ugly, to be honest. Is an ugly gun. Honestly, would rather have a tube fed. Yes, even better actually. Oh, Slamfire, that's what it's called. Oh, I can't believe I actually finally managed to remember that. So in again, referencing back to the other days again, in one of the other days I was talking about, you know, accidentally slam firing a shotgun. I was like, it's not called rack firing, is it? No, it's called slam firing. I don't know how that just popped in my head right now. Damn. Small brain. Or I guess slow brain. That message was like a few days late. We'll stick with just the casual 12 gauge. I'm fine with that. Is this 12 gauge? No, this is birdshot. Is it? Buckshot. There is no birdshot. What am I talking about? There is no buckshot in H3. And if you're wondering why there's no buckshot in H3, because buckshot... No, buckshot. There is no birdshot. My bad. Getting confused. If you're wondering why there's no birdshot in H3, it's because there's too many projectiles in birdshot for Anton to accurately represent it. So he just doesn't put buckshot in. Sorry, birdshot. Fucking hell. God damn it. Not even that tired. Just, speaking faster than my brain can think. Shoop. I love this shotgun. This shotgun is gorgeous. My only problem with it is it doesn't have a stock, but, like, barely a problem. Oh, shit. I just really suck at aiming without a stock sometimes. Having the extra, or having the third access point is very, very useful. I just really like having it. Honestly, I will say, in HDVR, I think HDVR has the best virtual stock out of any virtual stock in any VR game. It is the most, it basically perfectly kind of mixes the, or being like lenient and being too strict. I think most of them try and go a bit too strict to kind of compensate for people not being able to aim in VR or, you know, the usual VR shakiness. Come here, boy. Taking you back. Actually, I actually did clip him. Only clip though. But I do believe... Oh, I didn't go to the loot thing. My bad. Oh well, missed one. I do believe HCVR has the best virtual stock in any VR game. I love it. The perfect mix of too strict and too lenient. I always hate it when virtual stocks in VR games just are really, really strict. You know, they basically limit you to basically turn you into a freaking action figure where you have to kind of hold like that, and looks way too stiff. Or they kind of just like forced, or basically they take away a lot of the fine control that you have over the gun. Granted, most of them compensate. Most of them compensate by making their targets super, what would it be called? Super big. So like the hitboxes will be massive. There might be some bullet magnetism. You know, there might be some general like, yeah, you were close enough work to kind of compensate for being a bit too stiff. But I just think it feels terrible. If there's one heinous crime that any VR game can do, in my opinion, one that basically just kind of turns me off the entire game, no matter what, is if the VR game automates your reloads. And the perfect game to actually give you a prime example for this is Raw Data. I played Raw Data back when I first got a VR headset, back when it also first came out, I'm pretty sure, around like 2016, like near the middle or the end of 2016. And I got real annoyed at the game, because I was like, if you don't know, in that game, how you reload is you take a mag from below, you just kind of like pull out a mag, put it near the gun, and then it plays a canned animation of your character like manually reloading the gun. And I was like, I didn't pay for VR for this. That's not why I bought VR, was to be met with canned animation reloads. I bought VR to, you know, do it myself. So every single VR game that does that, or something similar to that, like, really kind of pisses me off. I mean, I guess it doesn't really piss me off as much as it, like, annoys me and kind of irritates me, and like, I just end up not playing the game, because, like, the whole reason I buy VR is so I can interact with these things in a much finer way than I can in pancake games. You know, I bought this so I could reload guns, so I could futz about with shit, and, you know, oh, fuck yeah. We got this earlier as well. And I will swap it for the, this pistol, actually. Once I get... Should we use it with the stock? I think we'll use it with the stock this time, and we'll buy a sight for it. That is a good one. Cool. So we have this as our long-range weapon, and that is our close-range weapon. Moderately speaking. We can still use the shotgun at quite a far range, to be honest. And we'll be fine.
Override token found.
But any VR game that just kind of erodes my ability to interact with the environment doesn't really sit well with me. That's why I did kind of like stuff like Half-Life Alyx, or, you know, H3 VR, where I can basically interact with anything I want. I can do, you know, if it's on the gun and if I can flick it, I can do it. If it's a movable part, I can use it. Uh-oh. Should maybe, you know... why did he die? Why'd he die? Oh, shit. So, I honestly just never play VR games that do that type of stuff. Automate my reload. Basically just be any VR games are a glorified headset mod. Yeah. That's why I also don't play stuff like Fallout 4 VR. Because I really... Oh. That was me knocking over a can. Oops. That's why I don't play stuff like Fallout 4 VR, because I don't want to... If I wanted to play... the only reason I would want to play that is so I could interact with the guns and shit. And I mean, if you enjoy any of those games, honestly, I'm actually pretty happy for you. Because I'm glad people can enjoy, honestly, anyone who can just actively enjoy VR, I'm pretty happy of. As if, like, you need my approval. You don't need my approval. I'm just saying it, you know, to... What am I saying? I'm just saying it to say I don't mind. I don't think those games are bad. Yeah, I guess that's it. Just saying I don't think those games are bad. I just... Not what I bought VR for, you know? I love using this thing one-handed. It's like my favorite gun to use one-handed, except maybe the Wow, that's some recoil. Took its time. Yeah, but the only gun I actually really, the only other SMG of this size that I like one-handing is probably the Mac. Kind of doing the risky thing here and I'm going for these instead. I really shouldn't be now. I should give up. Yeah, I should give up on this. Was it worth it? Probably not. What was I talking about? I honestly completely forgot. I had got so so focused. Oh, if you ever find it in HCPR or if you ever get it in like a Ricky Dicky Random, or honestly, if you ever get it at all, I honestly strongly suggest giving the Scorpion a chance. Not the really like the kind of big one, the one that can have the drum mag. I mean like the small dinky one, the one with the small you know, where the charge is ambidextrous on both sides. The really low caliber one. I really do strongly suggest giving that a try, especially in Take and Hold against these encryptions, honestly. And it's pretty perfectly timed for these encryptions to be here, because they're just the... Okay. They're just the perfect example for the small Scorpion. I think it's called something more specific to kind of define which one I'm talking about. I just can't remember what they're both called. There's the Evo, yeah, the Scorpion Evo and the Scorpion. But I do strongly suggest giving the small Scorpion a chance, because... And the reason for that is because it produces very little knockback on encryptions. So if you're in the classic Take and Hold, or in the original rework one with the big green swarms, those became especially easy when you were using the Scorpion. Because you would fire at it, and it wouldn't move. It would just stay basically still. You could just kind of like go like this, and you would kill the entire swarm in the span of like a second because of how little knockback it produced.
Advance to next system node and take it.
It's extremely good. I mean, it's not really great at killing, but as an encryption deleter, it used to be really, really good. I don't know how good it is now. It could still be really good. It might have changed because these are new encryptions. They might act a little bit different. But if they don't, then I suggest giving it a shot. Also, I can't believe I'm actually happy to see an M4. I haven't had one of these in a long, long time. I'm gonna be a little bit sad if we die. Get rid of that.
What's going on over here?
I do love the M16. I love just the profile it has, the shadow, or the silhouette. Oh, what the fuck? You know, it's got this nostalgic kind of game feel to it, where, you know, this is the assault rifle. Really, whenever I see it, I mostly get reminded of the silent M4 from CS:GO. The one where you can put the silencer on and off, and because it is just the same gun. It's the exact same gun, but like the profile of it really just kind of reminds me of that. Secondarily, it also reminds me of COD 4. The burst version of it in COD 4. Really fun gun. I do get a bit sick of it, though. Especially during a lot of, like, beforehand when we were getting it pretty much non-stop. Because there are so many M4s in the loot pool, it's almost impossible not to actually interact with one at some point during a majority of runs. And that's kind of sad because you end up getting really sick of them. I'm going to look for a health Sosig, by the way. I don't know if I saw one in the actual loot, but we'll have a look. But it is sad how often it appears, and you kind of just get muted to it. Gets a bit dull getting one where you're like, oh, sigh. Perfect. I do get pretty sick of getting M4s and AKs a lot of the time, but sometimes we go long stretches without ever seeing one. And this is one of those cases where we've gone like a good 7 hours without ever actually seeing one of these. So seeing one again is a sight for sore eyes.
Analyzing system.
Beautiful. I also wouldn't mind seeing a majority of the other ones now as well, because they have new models since I last played. The recursive. Yeah, the originally Burstfire M4. I can't remember. It used to be Burstfire only, I think, but then Anton updated it to full auto because that's what it was supposed to be, and then Anton just updated it to just straight up not be the same model anymore, a more accurate model. The I can't remember what it was called. The MK11. That's it. I think that was it. The MK11. It was. I love that old model, but the new model is gorgeous. I have seen it and I have like played with it in game, but we haven't gone in any streams or runs. It is gorgeous though. I wouldn't mind getting that. I also wouldn't mind getting the. I think it was the HK16 was added. There was the M27 no, that's from Black Ops, the IAR. M27 IAR. Wow. It was from Black Ops 3. I actually forgot what the term for it was called. The M246, M247. It had like it has like a weird back to it, where the stock is lower than on most other M4 style weapons, and like it's raised, it's a bit bulkier at the front, it's kind of blockier. I'm sure someone could correct me in the comments, and so someone could like list all the guns I'm trying to talk about if you actually know what they are. If you don't, sorry, I'm doing a really bad describing them. A really bad job describing them. Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing those. Any M4 variant we haven't seen in a long time is welcome. Wow. What is this specifically? The M4A1 Classic. Well, this one's really saving our teeth right now. We were doing garbage, and now we're doing pretty not garbage. Oh! Did I kill him? I did, okay. I'm hitting a lot of shit in my room today, aren't I? Ooh, oh! You know what game I loved this year? That I'm sure many people loved? Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm pretty sure I did like 20 streams of it when it came out, and I honestly really loved that game. It was the perfect game for 2020. You know, a really chill game about socializing with other people in a town and just being there, creating the perfect atmospheric town, and, you know, just doing pretty casual, stress-free things. Also gave people a really good platform to interact with each other outside of being able to actually go to each other. Like, if you can't go to each other, Animal Crossing was honestly a pretty damn good substitute. Came out at the perfect time this year. In the perfect year as well. Impressive how they managed that. I haven't played it since I stopped streaming it though, which was way back at like the end of May-ish. I actually used to get up really early to play it on stream. So I would get up at like 2 p.m., which is early for me, by the way. I usually awake around 4 p.m. or so, because I stay up really late, usually like working on VODs, on thumbnails, on videos, and on artwork. I just do a bunch of stuff and kind of just buy my time. So I always usually end up waking up around 3 to 4 p.m.-ish. So I would always try to wake up specifically earlier, go to bed earlier, just to play Animal Crossing at a lovely time, because the different, you know, colors of the sky, how the game looks during those times is lovely. I'm always gonna love how Animal Crossing New Horizons looks visually at 2 p.m. Like the kind of just blue, light, cold-looking sky. The really kind of just lovely spring-esque era. Dude! Bog! Holy shit! Well, we are set now. I cannot be stopped. Honestly, I don't really need you anymore. Goodbye. I do love you, but I love this more. I've always really had a problem with Animal Crossing personally, where I tried playing Animal Crossing New Leaf on DS. Like when I bought my 3DS pretty late into the console's life cycle, I bought Animal Crossing New Horizon or New Leaf with it, just because I was like, I really want to play this game, and I played it for like 2 hours. But because I was always playing it around like 10 p.m. at night when I had free time, and you know, just after I'd done everything I wanted to do, I was like, all right, let's go boot up some Animal Crossing. The game would shaft me because I was playing it at such a not playable time. So I've always hated that aspect of Animal Crossing personally, where everything is tied to the time you play it at. So if you're playing past 8 p.m., you can't actually go to the store and buy things. You can't talk with people. You can't interact with people. You almost can't do anything. Especially early on, if you haven't actually set up enough. I remember in New Leaf, you were tasked very specifically with getting like a bug net, or they wanted you to get a bug net early on. But for like a few days in a row, I would try and get the bug net, but because I would always play it at 8 p.m., the shops would never be open, so I couldn't buy one and I couldn't get one. So I tried for like a few days in a row to make time for it. I couldn't, and I just ended up stopped playing it. I was like, doesn't really matter. I'm not interested anymore. But yeah, I've always disliked that aspect of Animal Crossing, and I'm so glad that they kind of got away with it when it came to New Horizons, where a lot of the starter shop, really, that one was almost invisible. Where is this last one? Oh. But I'm glad in New Horizons, the whole crafting mechanic in New Horizons, super engaging just from a gameplay standpoint in general, but also allowed you to do a lot of stuff at night. You know, you could, all the gear you would need is usually craftable just at any point in the day. It made the game just super, like, a lot more flexible and a lot more interesting to me. And as a result, I got more engaged, therefore, I started getting up earlier to play it anyway. So I was just checking my settings. If you saw me looking up a bit, my recording settings. Ah! No shit. Ah. Oh. There really hasn't been that much else noteworthy that came out this year. Doom Eternal, that did come out, and that was a ton of fun. Honestly, I'm impressed that I was even able to stream Doom Eternal. Because I could stream it. I can barely stream Monster Hunter, but I was able to stream Monster... Well... That was a bit of a flubbed up sentence. Yeah, I was barely able to stream Monster Hunter World very recently, but I was able to stream Doom Eternal pretty much flawlessly. Like, almost no performance problems. I mean, granted, I did have to turn the settings down a bit, but that's to be expected. And like I said in, like, my last day, I'm pretty sure, my computer isn't the best. But I was still pretty impressed that Doom Eternal ran as smoothly as it did. And if you're wondering where I am on, like, the side of Doom Eternal versus Doom 2016, I personally, my opinion, I think Doom Eternal is a better game, like, through and through. I much prefer Doom Eternal to the original Doom 2016, and I think it's just, it's like a proper, genuine evolution of both, like, the Doom franchise and, like, the FPS genre. It's real hard to imagine any FPS genre more engaging to me than Doom Eternal. Or FPS game, not genre. It's not perfect. I'm not saying it's like the most perfect game of all time, because the Marauder can go fuck himself. But aside from that, I love Doom Eternal. I'm probably not going to play the DLC anytime soon. I think I'm waiting for until the DLC cycle is done before I play it again. I don't like going back to, oh shit. Woo! Yeah, I don't really like going, or whenever I stop playing a game, what I typically do is I don't really touch it again. I'm not the type of person who has a really easy time going back and back and back again to the same game over and over and over again. That's why I don't play H3, like, very consistently. It's because I'm not really the type to do that. I get my fill of a game, and then I move on once, it's cool. I love the file, but we're keeping this. I think we got the file on an earlier one as well, so... I won't buy a health Sosig, why not? That's not a health Sosig, that's regen, that's the same thing, honestly. But I'm not the type of person to continuously go back and back again to a game I played previously. I kind of play it for like a week or sometimes even 3 months, like with Monster Hunter World. Basically, I bulk play it, and then once I'm done bulk playing it, I just stop playing. I don't play it again for quite a considerable amount of time. Perfect example is, again, something like Monster Hunter World, where back when it came out on PC, I played it for 90 hours. You know, I played through the entire campaign, but beat the final boss, had fun. Dude, I need that right now. Oh, shit.
Over there.
That's 6. We need 3 more. Unfortunately, that doesn't seem like it's going to be possible, but... sad times. Oh, well. I mean, we actually... no, never mind. We can't attach it anyway. Would have been cool. So, when it comes to stuff like DLC cycles, whenever they're like, oh, we're releasing DLC 1. Unless I'm still playing the game when the DLC releases, I'm probably not going to play the DLC. I usually just ignore it and then be like, alright, I'm gonna check the game out again in like a year, maybe a year and a half, maybe a bit longer, once it's had time to get the rest of its DLC. So for me, stuff like live service games with battle passes really don't interest me at all. In fact, I fucking despise battle passes, to be honest. Like, I genuinely kind of despise them. They make me not want to play. And I know this is like people on the H3VR Discord have heard me talk about battle passes quite a lot, and I apologize for that. Not really. Kinda half and half. Half and half because I don't really like repeating myself, or repeating the exact same thing. I like reiterating a lot, but I don't like repeating the exact same thing several times, the same statements. I know there was an ironic moment right there, comedic timing. But, you know, I just said I like reiterating, I don't like repeating. But, yeah, I kind of fucking hate battle passes in modern games. They, for me anyway, they kind of entice me to play less than play more, because I feel like if I'm not playing even more than I currently am, or if the game, like, it feels like the game is asking me, hey, play the game even more than you currently are. To me, that's kind of how, like, the interpretation I get a lot of the time, and I'm like, I don't want to do that. I'm actually gonna, and that makes me want to play less, so I play less. To the point where I just don't play the game anymore. Battle passes, like, turn me off just explicitly. They turn me away from games. Because I feel like if I'm not putting in the hours the game is asking me to put in, I don't feel there's a point in playing anymore. Because I'm not going to get access to the content the game is offering me. It's why I stopped playing arguably one of my favorite games of all time, Halo Reach on the MCC. Because all the armor in Halo Reach back then, and I think it still kind of is, was locked behind a freaking battle pass. And man, that is still one of those decisions that I'm like kind of disgusted by. The fact that they tied Halo Reach's entire armor progression system, which was fine the way it was in the original Xbox 360 game. Actually great. I think most Halo players would agree it's never gotten better than Halo Reach anyway. So they took arguably the best armor unlocking system from Halo Reach and just like removed it and instead put it into a battle pass. And like, I feel like that was, personally to me, that's kind of fucking disgusting and horrible, and I was like, I don't want to play the game anymore. You know? It really just left a super bad taste in my mouth. And I haven't played the MCC since, despite all the other games being released, and I have all of them. I bought the full package. And I just haven't played it again. I don't really have the motivation or drive to, because the Battle Pass left such a bad taste in my mouth. I mean, to me, it's primarily annoying, or it's especially annoying when it replaces an already better system, or a more rewarding, more consumer-friendly, player-friendly system. Like, again, Halo Reach's original customization was, like, 40 times better, in my opinion. I think most people would agree with that. So replacing it with a system that's worse, just to be hip and modern.
What's that?
Agile encryption.
Like, you know, we've already had a better alternative to battle passes for the past 20 or the past 15 years. A battle pass is just progression, but timed. Progression, but you're not gonna get half the shit if you're not playing quite often. You know, it's just a worse version of what we already have. You know, just make it another progression tree. You know, make it a new experience tree. But they don't. They just make it so no, it's what we had before, but now it's timed, and you got to do it within like a month or two. And I kind of I really dislike it. I know I didn't really want to go on a rant about it, but it's impossible. Come on. Did you expect me not to? You even know me? I'm kidding. Yeah, that should cover the most of it. Or the, what my opinion is in it. Do y'all remember when H3 during, I think it was its second Meatmas? Yeah. During H3's second Meatmas, there was the whole crafting system added to the game. Where, you would kill Sosigs, get a bunch of parts they would drop, you would put them into a blender to combine, to craft into something new, which you could then spend on advent calendar tiles. What? It's cool. Actually, you know what? Fine. Fine. It's ridiculous. We'll do it. I'm actually still impressed we can see through the side picture.
Token found.
Kind of wanted another one. I don't like the big bulky suppressors, but we'll deal with it because it's funny. It's quirky.
Huh?
But it was quite funny when HTV added that system in. I actually cheated that system, by the way. I brought up Cheat Engine and gave myself like a bajillion of each crafting component. So I still had to craft all the things. I still had to actually craft everything myself, but I just got an infinite amount of the consumables so I could craft. Because I couldn't be asked.
Over there.
I really wanted to see what all the new guns were. So I just was like, pfft, that's all I care about. I'm just gonna do that. Wasn't really interested in playing the actual consumable mode. If I wanted to play a mode in H3, it was gonna be Taken Hold. I don't know if Taken Hold was out at that time. I think the mini arena was out at that time. Therefore, if I wanted to play combat, I would go in there instead of the Meatmas scene.
Recursive encryption.
Recursive. Is it just me or has my accuracy gotten better ever since I got this suppressor? Ah. I mean, saying my accuracy has gotten better ever since I got the suppressor is kind of not true. Because I can just like completely fire at will and I will usually kill most things. Pretty easy to do that with this gun. Whew. How long has this one been going? It feels like this one's been going for a long time. I think the run is just too good. API M4? I mean, how could you get any better than that?
Stealth encryption. Neutralized.
Honestly, I think we may end this one prematurely. Just on purpose. Because I'm not sure I actually have the time. I think I got to stream soon. I don't gotta. I think I want to stream soon, so I would like to end this run fairly quick. I guess we'll say we're not gonna heal. But even then, these dudes aren't really even getting the chance to shoot us, so... Big What a good run, though. Any run where you get a pretty decently capacity-sized API gun is excellent. I mean, a battle rifle would probably be better than this, like the Scar or the I completely forgot there was an encryption. They sure are stealth encryptions. I completely forget they even exist.
Advancing to next system layer.
I think we'll call this the last hold. How about that?
Analyzing
We'll complete this hold. If we live, we'll kill ourselves, and if we don't live, we won't, because we will already be dead. I know what the thumbnail is going to be of this one, though. The beautiful, generic, the recognizable oil can suppressor.
Guess I'm dead meat, dog.
Yeah, you are indeed dead meat. I love doing that, by the way. Like, in Boneworks, the whole gun melee system is like a little bit more, I would say, more effective than H3's. Like, way more effective, because everything is physics in that, you know. There's no, like, permutations, like, you actually, well, I already explained it with a pretty good blanket way of saying it, which is, it's all physics-based. So, in Boneworks, whenever you actually smack something with your gun, it's so meaty. I love it. I love just whapping things with my assault rifle in that. Especially like the head crabs. There was one specific clip or one specific moment during a stream I had where a head crab was about to jump towards me and I wasn't reloaded yet. Like, I had my mag out and I was like, oh yeah, I was sticking a new mag in like this, but since I already had my gun like that, I just lifted it up and waited for him to jump and then whacked him straight to the ground, racked the gun, and fired at him. Oh, it was beautiful. I love moments like that. Just when everything works. And that's kind of also why I really love Boneworks as well, because of the amount of shit you can do in it. It's very, like, if you think you can do it, you can probably do it. Especially with just, if you're talking about like the physics and like pushing things, and you go over, you run, you push an enemy, you bop them with your gun, you smack them with your knife. You don't even like stab them, you just like smack them with your knife and throw them around, you pick up their legs, you yank him. It's so fun to just fuck about with the physics in Boneworks. And yeah, it's jank, but honestly, it's not the worst. I think it's honestly quite fun. Yoosh. Nice. Okay. Well, thanks for watching. That has been day 7? Yeah. I think that's been day 7. If I'm wrong, sorry, excuse me. It's hard to keep track of these things sometimes when that's not actually the date that I'm actually working in. So, day 7, December 19th? I think. That could be, yeah, I think that's about right. This, December 19th, day 7. Because we have 4 more to go to get to 12. No. Day 7. No, we have 5 more, I'm pretty sure. Ish. Alright, I'll figure it out in post, and I'll actually try and make sure I know which is which from here on out. But oh well. See you later. Hope you have a wonderful day 7, and I will see you later. Thanks for watching.